I've been seeing these guys' name thrown around quite a bit. It's a company by the name of JMachin, which I'll be referring to as JM for the rest of this video. What this company does is sell these hard drives that come pre-installed with a ton of emulators as well as ROMs. JM reached out to me recently and asked me if there was anything on their site that I might be interested in doing a video on. One thing really stood out to me, and it was this 512GB micro SD card that comes pre-installed with a Batocera build that will work on the Steam Deck. This thing claims to have over 51,000 games. Now, making your own Batocera build for the Steam Deck isn't a terribly difficult task, but what can be difficult is getting over 51,000 games to load onto the damn thing. It definitely sparked my interest and I had to check this thing out. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know this, but for those that don't, in order to boot from the SD card, you need to access the Steam Deck's boot manager menu, and you accomplish this while holding the volume down button and turning on the console. Once the menu comes up, you scroll down to where the SD card is and hit enter. Within a few seconds, Batocera will load up. Once it's fully booted, the first thing we're greeted with is the PlayStation 3 menu. Right off the jump, I'm pretty impressed. I wasn't expecting there to be any PlayStation 3 games on here. Navigating through the menu, you have a ton of emulation available, ranging from some retro PCs all the way up to GameCube, Wii, some of the more notable emulation being PlayStation 3, which only has 3 ROMs. It being a 512GB, I wasn't expecting a lot. I was kind of hoping for more than 3 though. Virtual Boy emulation, which is notoriously difficult to get hold of ROMs for, and it seems like they have all the games for the system here. GameCube, that has a really impressive library of games. Games like Eternal Darkness, Luigi's Mansion, all are present on here. The PS2 library is pretty impressive as well. You'll find games like Grand Theft Auto and God of War. So let's see how some of these games perform. The 3 PlayStation 3 games that were present seemed to run really well. It seemed like they did a good job picking games that would actually function on the Steam Deck. Here I am playing Devil May Cry 4, and as you can see, it remains at full speed. The PlayStation 2 games ran really well. I normally would rather play in full screen on the Steam Deck, but this PS2 bezel was too damn nice, I didn't want to remove it. To have games like Fight Night 2004 on here, very nice touch. Similar to the PS3, the limited Wii selection all seemed to run pretty good on the Steam Deck. It seems like some solid research and care went into loading this thing up. They didn't just put a bunch of stuff that the Steam Deck wasn't going to be able to run. They made sure that most, if not all, games were playable, and that I can appreciate. GameCube performance was excellent. Smash Bros ran silky smooth. I got some really good performance out of Luigi's Mansion, and Resident Evil 4 pretty much ran flawless. I had gotten a Virtual Boy when I was a kid, after the thing was already a failure. I remember getting it on clearance for like 25 bucks or something like that. I only had one game for it, and I kind of beat the thing up. I was really young at the time. So I'm actually excited that now I get to play all the games for it. So who exactly would benefit from buying something like this? Well, for starters, someone who doesn't have the massive ROM set that this thing provides would definitely benefit from this. Also, someone who really doesn't have the time or the desire to make their own Batocera build. Now, Batocera and emulation in general is really easy to get working on the Steam Deck, and in all honesty is one of the highlights of owning the console. I feel like the Steam Deck was made for tinkers, but I get it. Some people would prefer just to pick up and play, and for them, this would be a perfect purchase. If you guys are interested in this SD card or any of the JM products in their catalog, I'll put links in the description below. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.